Hello, let's start out with there's a few things that went wrong in here and we fixed them along the way. So here I'm taking the ColorSplash PSV holographic blue mist. You can get a 12 by 12 for $2.75 or a 5-foot roll for $12.50. Here I'm using the mat to try to roll it, and I used the wet method. A squirt bottle with just a drop of Dawn in it, and then I will trim it down, and I'm going to let it dry for a few minutes, and then I will trim it down. I'm going to epoxy it with one coat. There, I'm using this spray bottle. And on this cup, we're going to make a 4th of July cup, but it's going to be a little bit difficult. You'll see me run into a few problems along the way. But watch the video and learn from me not to do a few things that I tried. I wanted to try a new product whenever applying the ColorSplash Transfer Foils. And it comes in a pen, and it comes out blue, as you see right there. And then it goes clear, and then it's ready. They use it on paper projects. So I wanted to try this and see if it was a little bit better than Eileen's Tack It over and over. Sometimes the brush strokes will dig into the Eileen's Tack It over and over, and it's not a full coverage. So I wanted to try this. It works great if you use the fine point pen, but if you get too much of it on there, then it does not work good. So here I'm using the ColorSplash Transfer Foils. And you can get the patterns for $3 and the solid colors for $2.50. Here I'm burnishing it really well, and you usually can see that it lifts and it applies to the cup, and you see the negative space or the clear, and it just wasn't working, but I kept trying. I didn't want to use heat because this is not a this is a paper product. I'm not sure about the instructions on it. So here I'm going to do another one. And this is the thicker chisel pen. I tried 3 different pens. I tried the chisel one, the fine pen, the fine point, and the wide one. Really didn't like anything but the fine point pen, but I will not use those again. So here I'm trying to use the bigger pen with the wider to see if I could get bigger fireworks, and it applies too much, and so it gums up on it, which you'll see in the video in just a moment, and it doesn't work out well. So what I was trying to do here is I'm trying to do a very big firework with the white transfer foil, so that way you can put a decal or whatever you want. I have done it perfectly with Eileen's Tack It over and over. I wanted to show that you could do that on this one. It didn't work out, but I found a fix for it, and you can't really tell unless you really look at it. So now I'm going to put it in front of a fan and let it dry. And there's the red one. Oops, sorry, I'm off camera just a little bit. Okay, so here's the white transfer foil, and I just go ahead and lay it completely over it. And once I start burnishing it, I realize that it's just moving it around, and it's not releasing from the transfer, from the foil, or the foil is not. So I'm not seeing any release from the transfer foil at all right now. But bear with me. Okay, so now that I start trying to pick it up on its own and I see that it's not really lifting, I know that I have a problem. So I tried to carefully pull it off, and I guess I just needed to rip it like an old Band-Aid. At this point, I'm just a little frustrated with it, so I'm trying to pull it gently, and in the middle of it, it still won't come off. So I think burnishing it will help it. All I'm doing is just moving that pin glue all around. So I definitely won't use that again. Eileen's Tack It over and over. It's so much easier. I would have been done by now. Okay, so you see now I go back to my trusty Eileen's Tack It over and over, and I figure if I just put it in the center, then maybe I will get the coverage that I'm looking for, so that way I can apply my decal in the middle. And in just a minute, you'll see that the Eileen's Tack It, it works, but it already has a product underneath it, so there's nothing really good to adhere it to. So I just put a problem on top of a problem. And I have an idea, so after you see me pull this off, I'm going to go ahead and hand cut a piece of white 651, and I'm going to put in the middle of it. And once I realize that it's not lifting either, and that I don't have a good foundation that it's on, I thought about wiping it off with acetone, and then I said, no, we can fix this. If you are a true tumbler maker, you can find ways to fix things, which it just comes in handy because things happen. Okay, so I see that that didn't work. I try one more time to see if I can cover it up, and once I realize that it's just smudging it and it's picking it up, I come up with the idea to cut some white 651 to put in the middle of it. And okay, I'm trying one more time before I put the white 651, and I just hand cut the circle I kind of measure it how big I want it because of my decal. So at this point, I'm trying to get it to just lift, and it will not lift, so I know that I'm just going to have to rip it off. And we'll probably keep Eileen's tack it over and over. And it looks better, but it still has gaps in it. So here's my hand cut kind of oval, if you will. Okay, and so now I will be able to kind of muddy it up, I guess you could say, and make it really busy to where you can't see it. So I got this 4th of July cute SVG off of Silhouette Studio, the store rather, and it has some fireworks with it. They were blue. I chose to leave them blue, but they kind of fall in the background.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
But then I hand cut some more red ones, and I just put them all around. So here I'm trying to line them up with the decal, but I'm trying to keep them correct on the decal. And once I take it off, I realize that it just doesn't work out too well. That's why I go in just a moment and I hand cut out some more longer ones. Now there is another really neat way to do this. I have another video. You can reverse weed, like say fireworks. If I was going to reverse weed and then take the square and put it on the tumbler and paint it with Eileen's Tack It over and over, let that get clear, and then I'm going to pull my stencil off and then I will use the foils. I've done that before. I had thought about that, but I wanted to try this method because I seen a girl on TikTok rave about these pens. I'll have to go back and watch them because I don't know if I did it correctly or if it was not. The more product you have, the more the foils will smear and they'll look dull. So I may message her and see. So here I'm using tweezers to just kind of hand place, because whenever I use the transfer tape to put the 4th of July on there, I moved some more, I picked up some more white. So I'm just using tweezers, that's the easiest way